lawyers are quite not the kind of innovative profile.
My name is Ruben Avert and you're listening to my conversation with Margarida Saragoça, recorded on location at Lexpo Talks in Amsterdam. Margarida is Business and Knowledge Director at VDA, the Portuguese firm the Financial Times has repeatedly named the most innovative in continental Europe, and she sits on its executive committee. She practiced law for 15 years before she moved to the business side and helped turn VDA into an innovation leader. Today we talk about why she believes innovation is a capability and not a project, whether AI finally kills the billable hour, and what made our cross from lawyer to the business side.
For me, innovation is an attitude more than the tools or the technology that you can introduce. You don't decree innovation. You have to really embed it into the culture. It's not that there is a bunch of people that are most innovative, that they sit there and they ideate and the rest is just doing the normal business. We want to have everybody on board. I think that we are at the inflection point right now. Billable hours are still around, and I'm sure they will be around for quite a while. The hours should be the metrics for management, not for assessing the value that you deliver. So I'm totally pro value-based pricing, but definitely partners are not that well prepared to have this conversation about AI and the value for that.
Because what's the danger if we do?
I mean, it's the entire humankind.
Margarida, welcome. You're giving a keynote later today on innovation as a capability. It's the 10th edition of Lexpo. Does the theme, like the human advantage, does that fit your story?
Yes, definitely. For me, innovation is an attitude more than the tools or the technology that you can introduce. So that's definitely what we'll be about. It's about humans. And you know what? Lawyers are quite not the kind of innovative profile.
They're very much geared to the negative part, right?
Negative. It's about the precedent. That's the safe harbor for the client and for the practice. It's about avoiding risk, error. It's about respecting someone senior than you. So it is quite a lot to challenge all that in a go. So that's the attitude. That's, you don't decree innovation. You have to really embed it into the culture. Yeah, exactly.
So how do you do it? How do you embed innovation in a culture, in a law firm?
This is actually the topic for later on, so I don't want to be a spoiler. But it is about having the entire ecosystem available. It's about having a structure and making sure that everybody can actually be invited into the innovative part. Everybody has a role to play. It's not that there is a bunch of people that are most innovative, that they sit there and they ideate and the rest is just doing the normal business. We want to have everybody on board. We have to promote that on a daily basis. We have to reward. It's a lot.
Yeah, because you changed the whole firm from the inside out, right?
I mean, actually, it was a journey. It is a journey, and it was not that transformative. We just got to understand that the very nature of us was already there. We were restless. We were bold. We were brave. We were young. And we just didn't use the word innovative or innovation, but that's what we were actually doing. So it was like about exploring and discovering more of what about VDA was, the raw material.
Yeah, because you restructured VDA into like a client focused instead of like a straight line from a lawyer to support teams. Does that also mean that you're taking away power from partners?
Oh, no. I think that we are actually empowering partners more and more. It's just, so what we did for the management side, we really got more professionals around, really powerful people. But everything is about the client and about lawyers. So we are there to support the partners and support the associates, definitely.
Does this also means like the end of the billable hour? That's something that's been discussed many times in these events in the whole legal AI sphere. You tie billing to client value. Does AI finally make value-based pricing unavoidable, or do you think that firms will keep holding on to the hourly rate, the billable hour?
I think that we are at the inflection point right now. Billable hours are still around, and I'm sure they will be around for quite a while. Because
it protects the model.
It fits well both for clients and law firms. I mean, definitely for law firms, that's the way the entire model is structured. But for clients as well, and we have been seeing procurement, being focused on billable hours because that's the kind of benchmark they are looking for. So it's or even. The chief legal officers, because that's the kind of background and training they had. So it's difficult to really kill the billable hour out of a sudden, but definitely there is all about is client value, the work that we deliver that will be based on value. And I believe the pricing will be much more about fixed fee. So now the thing is, we need to have proper conversations with the clients. Right now, I'm sure that in the future things will be different, but right now there is this uncertainty. It's no one has been there before, right. Both us and clients. So we are testing and trying, and but definitely partners are not that well prepared to have this conversation about AI and the value for that. So it's good to have partners involved in this conversation in terms of pricing, but law firms should bring pricing experts and officers along with those for those conversations with the clients. Definitely.
Yeah, because now if you have AI, it's going to increase the efficiency of people. So maybe the best people that you have in house start to make like less hours, so they're less billable. So you're kind of also punishing your best people because they're more efficient. How does a firm deal with this?
Well, still early stages right now. But I think that we do need to create definitely new model, kind of new incentives as well. Because it's true. I mean, if it's only built on billable hours, number of billable hours recorded and actually billed and things, then definitely there will be a huge change. But I'm sure that, everybody is working really hard on that, and our firm as well.
And do you think, so there's many reasons people call to keep the billable hour as it is. Is there any reason that you kind of hear in the industry that you believe, that you think it's a good reason to keep this model as it is?
I always prefer the value-based pricing, because what you're delivering it should be value to the client. Because of that piece of work, the client has, open up a branch, won this case in court, or just did this big restructuring. So that's about the value that we'll deliver. It's not about the metrics. The hours should be the metrics for management, not for assessing the value that you deliver. So I'm totally pro client, pro value-based pricing.
And do you think that the value-based pricing always ties back to the billable hour, because you kind of calculate how much time it takes, you multiply it by the hourly rate, and then that's the value-based? proposition?
Well, the time base, it's a metric, definitely. It's the level of investment that you need to put human investment into that. Now it's billable, then it can be orchestrating the AI, setting up the AI scene for the basis of the work. So it can be more than just actually billable. But it's the level of effort that you're putting, investment that you're putting into that piece of work. So it's just something that you have to definitely look into, but then you have to check the value that you are delivering throughout that piece of work. And that's definitely there's a balance that you can get.
Right. I kind of want to switch topics now. You were a lawyer, you switched to the business side of things. What made you, what did you see as a lawyer that you think that this has to be done differently?
Right. So, yes, I was a lawyer, practiced law in the firm that I'm right now, VDA. Then I moved in-house to Vodafone in Portugal, and I was working as a lawyer, but on a business unit. So I was very close to business, and I was like, for me, it was wonderful to see how the business could work or was working, and the impact and how legal could fit into that. So when I moved back to the firm, I just went to the management side of the firm, which for me is really good fun. So is
it more fun than to be a lawyer?
Oh, much
for you?
Much more, much more. I saw the light, actually.
What makes it so much fun?
Oh, because you are so close to the business. You can impact directly. You can see the result. Whereas being a lawyer, it's like one step or 2 steps or 10 steps away from the business. Even if you are really close to clients, it's not your business. Whereas doing the business within a law firm, it's actually impacting the business there. So then I did my master's in law firm management, just to be really, grounded, properly grounded on that.
In the theory.
In the theory. And now I'm doing the doctorate.
Yeah. Did your colleagues understand the steps that you were taking, like going back and forth?
Yeah, I think they did. And I can see more and more people doing the same journey nowadays.
Do you also recommend it? Or is it not for everyone?
If there's a passion, definitely. I mean, as long as you work for passion, I think that. I mean, if your passion is law, then stick to being a lawyer.
Is there anything that you miss about being a lawyer?
No.
Oh, so you made a good decision.
I think I did.
Did you think like a smaller or harder market like Portugal actually pushed VDA to be more innovative than, for example, the big London or German firms?
Well, yes. I mean, as being a small firm, being a firm in a small market, it means that you have to. You really have to be closer to clients. You really have to work hard because definitely work is not pouring that much, but you have to keep on trying. And again, it was about us being restless and being bold, and we could, and we were having fun and we were trying and getting, kind of new ways of doing things and being respected for that, and being praised and then trying again and getting more out of it. So, yeah. And at the same time, we were working, because we work at a global context, we are exposed to more international firms. So really being inspired by them as well. So that was a very powerful combination.
So looking back at the whole process that you did with VDA, is there anything that you would do differently if you should have done it again?
No, I think it takes time. So it's like that you just can't go from 0 to 100 in in 2 years or something. So it takes time. Our journey in terms of innovation, it's now over 10 years, but I don't think we should. I mean, there are no shortcuts for that.
And what kind of people do you need internally to go through this kind of process?
Oh, you need everyone. You need those that really ideate and have ideas overnight, and you need those that pick those ideas and then bring them to the paper or to the to the process. And you need the other ones to execute, and you need the other ones to sell. So it's the kind of combination, the entire combination in the ecosystem that will bring the end result.
And then you have the culture to kind of tie everything together.
Definitely, you do have to have the culture.
I know that you have your talk in a minute about the culture, but could you give us a scoop on how you build a culture like this?
You know what? This culture is not a set apart from the culture of the firm itself. And for us, the culture of the firm is, well, for me, it's so unique. And I always say to the senior partner, you are the guardian of the culture. I mean, everybody is the guardian, but he's the guardian of the culture. And this is the biggest challenge, I believe, because you have to pay attention to many things. And innovation is just another, angle that has to be covered by our culture.
Final question. Lexpo calls this the human edge. That's the theme of the human advantage in this year. What's one thing in law that you hope will still be done by a human in 10 years' time?
Critical thinking has to be there. Judgment.
That's not something we can outsource to AI.
No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't, definitely.
Because what's the danger if we do?
I mean, it's the entire humankind that will be in danger. So we have to keep that for ourselves, definitely.
It's a very good closing ending. Margarida, thank you. Good luck with the keynote and enjoy the rest of Lexpo.
Thank you.